Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. For this layout, I am going to just be using some scraps and some little bits of pieces I have in my scrap boxes. You know how sometimes when I have leftovers, I'll store them by color. So I do pull out my box with the turquoise and I pull out my box with the pink. Right here I am showing you this piece of paper I'm going to use the back side of. I had used a strip of it previously for a different layout, and I'm also going to use a bunch of these strips of paper that are gray and white striped. Now that gray and white striped paper is a Dear Lizzie paper. If you will remember, I did that doily giveaway quite a bit ago, and these were all offcuts from making the envelopes to send those doilies. So I'm going to go ahead and use them. I am going to ink the edges of all the things with the Kelly Perky ink that is in gray, and I will show you that here in a bit. I'm also going to pull out some thread and go ahead and stitch along the edges, most of the edges of the striped paper. Right here I do have to trim up one of the papers or one of the strips a little shorter in the height than the other ones because it didn't fit, and I was not going to do the math to figure out how wide each one had to be. I was not doing that. So I just went ahead and laid them down and pulled one out and just made it a little bit thinner than the others, and it worked fine. No math involved. There is no math in my scrapbooking. Okay, well that's not true. There's no math in my scrapbooking on this page. How about that? So right here is where I go ahead and start inking the edges. So the photos I'm going to scrapbook are photos of my mom, and they are when I went home to visit in 2015. And let me tell you what, I have two favorite subjects to scrapbook. One is my son Beej, and one is my mom. Those are my two favorite subjects. So right here over on the left, I'm trying to figure out how I want to build a cluster over there. And it ends up being completely different than what you are seeing right here. There's not going to be this checkered piece, and there's not going to be that marbled piece. There's not even going to be that piece of pink underneath the photo. Nope. That's not going to happen. I am going to back my photos on some white though. Right here, this is what ends up happening. That marble piece is going to go away, but I am going to keep this Maggie Holmes piece that is kind of a scalloped bit. I'm going to keep that right there. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up, and when I pull out my sewing machine to stitch along the edges of the gray paper that I put on there, I'm going to also stitch that scallop bit down as well, without the marble paper and without the pink paper. Here I'm looking at some alphas to do my title. I do end up using these alphas. I don't know what they are because they're not in a package. And I'm going to spell out Gansta with those alphas. And then I am going to pull out the Fitzgerald font and I spell Granny. One of Brandy's friends years ago started calling my mom Gangsta Granny, and it's just kind of a thing now. She's Gangsta Granny, and it's funny because she couldn't be further away from being Gangsta Granny. In fact, she was a complete and total angel until she had teenagers, and her teenagers corrupted her just a little bit, because like sometimes now she'll say damn. I mean, like, that's the extent of it. And that's just because of her teenagers. Alright, so I am going to cut away, and you are going to see that when I come back there are the flowers out, and that's because I went through the pink box. I had to cut out some footage, otherwise this would be like 5 hours long, because I mean that's how long it takes me because I'm really slow and stuff. But so I'm going to cut away here in a minute, and I'm going to go sew on here, and then I'm going to have my pink flowers out. But then in the interim, I want to tell you guys, there are a couple new YouTubers out. There are probably more than a couple, And if you know some other new ones that you can tell me about, please tell me about them, because I love YouTube. I love watching videos. But here are the two new favorites that I super love and that you need to check out, and I will link them down below. But Tracy Rancière, oh my word, she is so adorable. I love everything she does. They are so fabulous. And then also, I've been watching a lot of Crystal Barrett. This is her YouTube. Crystal Barrett Pineapple Papers. And at the end, she always says, "Don't forget to wear your crown." And it makes me just giggle every time. Not in like a I'm making fun of you way, but just in the it's so adorable, it makes me giggle. So I'm going to link both of those ladies down below, and you guys should check them out, because I don't know, I really have been enjoying both of them. They're really fabulous. And if you have a new person that I have not discovered yet, please leave the person in the comments. Maybe it's not a new person, maybe it's an old person that I haven't discovered yet, because I'm just like, you know, in my Becky haze. I mean, you never know, it could happen. Alright, so I just showed you my glue bottle and my threads. And I'm going to stitch these down, and I'm also going to glue this stuff down. I came back right here, and you can see the Gansta grannies down. I did put that Maggie Holmes butterfly down. Oh my word, guys, I got 2 butterflies in that Noel Mignon kit, like, I don't know, 5 months ago. Finally used one. Right, let's have a party. My house, 9 o'clock. Let's go. All right, so I am right now inking the edges of these butterflies and also of these leaves. These leaves are from that Mochi, which I just don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That Mochi punch. I'm going to layer those underneath the top. I'm going to right there. I'm going to stick that little bow right over them. Oh my word, that is so fabulous. I know I did it, but I'm still telling you it's fabulous. I love how that looks with that bow over it. It's so cute. And then I'm just going to scatter those bows around the page. I think the bows were cut out of a Martha Stewart punch. And I did ink them all up and just kind of scatter them around. And then I'm going to pull out, see right there, you see those my mind's eye, now and then, and now shapes right there. I'm going to pull out some of those hearts and scatter those around. So this is a photo of my mom, like I said, and when I went to visit, we were just sitting in the car. I think we were waiting for we went to go see my sister at work. She needed something or something. We took her something. I don't remember. We were sitting outside her work. I think we were taking her something, and I was just taking pictures of my mom, and she's so cute. Like, when does your mom become cute? I don't even know, and my mom is adorable. I don't even know when that happened. It wasn't when I was a teenager. It was not. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and tuck in these leaves all over. Right there underneath that little butterfly as well. You can see that space under his wing. I didn't like it. That's why I wanted to tuck one there. I don't do any drilling on here, and I think I'm going to go back and do some, actually, because I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about Gangsta Granny. So right here is where I take those my mind's eye enamel shapes out and put them down around the page. They're not very sticky, so I am adding some adhesive. I think it's just because they're old. After I do that, I am going to take that same ink I used to ink the edges with and add a little water to it and give it a little bit of a splatter. That heart's going to go away. It doesn't belong there. It looked not right at all. So yeah, here's where I just smush the ink onto the mat and give it a little swirl, and then I'm going to sprinkle it. It's a very subtle effect. It's nice. I mean, like, I have the layout. It's dry. It's been done for quite some time in front of me, and it looks great. I love this one, guys. 2 thumbs up. Woo! Alright guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.